We are at a sheep farm in Adha. It's the first time I've seen sheep in a actually long while. Assalamu alaikum. Allah wallah. So obviously Eid is coming up soon. So what I've just learned is that obviously in Eid they slaughter the sheep, but the sheep has to be healthy. You can't be unhealthy, so you can't slaughter something that's young. It has to be in good shape. It has to be very, very healthy. So we are currently outside. It is very, very hot. That's why I have my hat on. I just want to know, how much does a sheep cost? I need to know the prices. He was telling me in Arabic, but I forgot what they were. I forget.
No worries.
I forget Sudanese. What? How much was it?
2,500.
2,500. I forgot the price in Arabic. That's what it is.
We have two Eids, and this Eid we slaughter sheeps, right?
Okay.
So when it comes to the sheep selection, the thing is that it has to be healthy. So if it's a wounded sheep, or the sheep has a broken leg, or sick sheep, or whatever.
What if he's old?
Or old. If it's too old, it's against the religion to slaughter it. But it has to be at minimum 6 months old.
Okay.
And if you look at all of these, right? In each sector, there are different weights, different ages.
I thought they were all the same except for the ones down the end.
No, they're the same kind.
Yeah.
But they're different sizes. So let's say this is a large, and this is an extra large, and that one is a small.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like these might, let's say for example, this could be 90 kilos, this could be 70 kilos.
Yeah,
60,
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
And it really depends on their sizes and weights, and based on that, that's how they're priced. So for example, let's say Al-Walid wants to buy one for his household, and I want to buy one for my household. I'd say my household has like 6 people or something, and I want to give something to the poor, so I'd get something quite big.
Yeah.
So I'd select it, and after I select it, the slaughter happens on Eid day and the 2 days following it. So it's the first 3 days of Eid. So usually, if I have a place at home that I can keep it, I'd take it home straight away. But if not, I'd select, for example, that one. I like that one, for example, and then I'd pay for it, and then they would take it.
Do you pay in cash?
Either cash or card, it's fine.
Someone told me, is it true that when you make the deal, you do it with like a towel over your hand and do
No.
Is that what camels or
no? Not even camels.
I saw a video on that. Someone said they
it's
did
not
it.
real.
No, it's not. It's fake.
Yeah, so let's say I select that one, I buy it, I pay the money for it. I don't have a place to put it at home, but I'll just come here on Eid day and take it home and do the slaughter and sacrifice.
So what would make you like they all look the same to me? Obviously
Yeah.
they weigh different, but how do you know like the difference? Because they all look literally the same.
They're like these ones that are white and have like brownish, blackish head. They're a certain type of sheeps.
Yeah.
If you look at these ones, they're a different type of sheeps.
Exactly.
Okay.
So these are called Naimi, for example. All of these are called Naimi, but they're, as I mentioned, they're different sizes. So if you notice, these ones are much bigger than these ones,
Yeah, for sure.
right? And if you go further down, I think these ones at the very end are way bigger in
Like
size.
they're the big boys.
Yeah.
And I assume then they taste different or
No, they all taste the same, but it's just sizes.
yeah.
So let's say I select that one,
Yeah.
but I don't have a place to keep it, so I'd make my purchase, buy that one, and then
And then you can keep it here until Eid. And
Yeah,
come collect
this
it,
far.
yeah.
But how would they know that this is your one?
Oh, would they put a marker on it, a color, or
put-
paint, or something?
Paint, or if you look at the other ones, these are all purchased. And if you go there, each one of them has a tag on its ear
Okay.
with a number. So I'd say I purchased one, and they tagged it like, let's say number 70. So number 70 is for Ibrahim, and it will be kept there until he comes back and gets it.
And is there a certain amount of time that you can leave that there, or just until it's Eid?
Yeah, usually it's until Eid.
Yeah.
Because the sacrifice and slaughter happens in the first 3 days of Eid.
Where does the 3 days come from? Or is it just...
Yeah, just the religion, yeah.
Okay.
But you can just go around, have a look at them. As I mentioned, these are called Naimi.
Naimi.
Yeah. And if you go on the other side of the thing, when we go there, I'll
Down
show
the
it to
far
you.
end, yeah, I've seen them.
They're called Sakni.
Sakni?
Yeah. You can just go around and see the different sizes that they have. But as I mentioned, these are usually these are tiny ones. These are slightly bigger. down the end, I think they're like the much heavier ones,
Yeah.
and these are different types.
Yeah, and then the price
Yeah.
depends on the weight.
Actually, there's a third type here as well. النجدي اللي هناك كلها.
I've seen them ones, yeah, they're a lot smaller.
وش هذول؟ سواكن بعد.
وما عندي عين وساعة.
So all of these are usually healthy ones. Like if one of them is sick, like they do take care of them. They give them medicine. They
But you just can't use them for slaughter until they're healthy, so?
yeah. Some would be given to the poor. Some would be kept for the household.
I think that from my perspective, that's the misconception. We see it, I see it, you're just killing an animal. That's
Yeah.
like the way you just explained it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you explain it again, that you
So-
actually take care of the sheep.
Yeah, you have to take care of the sheep. Like you can't get the sheep to suffer before you slaughter it. It is a religious Islamic ritual that we do during Eid al-Adha. So as I mentioned before, the sheep has to be healthy. It cannot be sick or broken or damaged or wounded or anything. You cannot slaughter that one. You have to treat it. So once you got a healthy one, the way you slaughter it, you just don't, for example, stab it or shock it or whatever. It has to be done with
In
a
a
knife.
certain way.
Through the neck, and it has to go through 2 vessels and the windpipe, and it has to be done pretty quick and a very sharp knife, so the sheep would basically die in a quick, insufferable way.
Yeah, and on average, how long does it take for like the whole
The
procedure
whole
to happen?
process,
Yeah.
it really depends on your experience, to be honest. Like my dad would take 20 minutes.
Oh,
from
it takes
start to
20
end.
minutes, okay.
Yeah, he would cut the meat and everything, and he'd be done in 20 minutes. But let's say me and Al Walid would probably take like 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like even doing that.
But like the first part of it has to be really quick.
Yeah, so in the insufferable way, no?
Yeah, in the insufferable way. But sometimes people would take,
Their time with it?
longer time with getting the fur out of the body.
Yeah.
Some people would take much longer time into cutting the meat. They don't know how to cut the meat into pieces. Like the ribs are on the side, the legs are on the side, the hands on the side.
Is there a way? So when you're eating it, you don't give a certain piece to certain people. No, it's not like that. Or
No,
anything?
it's whatever
Like-
piece. Like for example, my dad every Eid has 2 or 3
2 or 3 sheep.
sheeps. Yeah.
Okay.
So to him, 2 is for our family and for the poor, and 1 will all of it will go to the poor in the name of his mom and his dad.
And when you say to the poor, you're just donating it? Like what do you mean to the poor? Or
Like we know certain poor people around the region, or
Yeah.
we go to charity places that receive all this meat, and they would
oh,
distribute
okay.
it to the
So
poor.
you give it into them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I meant. I didn't know what you meant by the poor. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, it's the people with less stuff.
Yeah.
But
Because not everyone. It is a
It's like charity, is it? Kind of?
Yeah, it is a religious ritual, but not everyone can buy their own sheep for like.
Of
3
course,
grand.
yeah, of course.
So these people, for example, would get the charity of the meat,
Yeah.
distributed to them.
And there's no rule to, like you mentioned, the rule of the slaughtering, of course.
Yeah.
But who does it? Is there a certain way? Like you do it today, and I do it. Who's chosen to do it?
I can do it. I'm an adult Muslim male. I can do it.
Okay, so you just have to be an adult Muslim. Man.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does that work in the family? So let's say your family coming
Yeah.
to this Eid.
Yeah.
Do you know who's doing the?
Usually my dad, but
Oh,
if
it's your
I
dad.
ask my dad, I want to do
Okay.
this sheep, and you take the next sheep, he'll be like, it's fine.
Okay,
but
so there's
he would be there to make sure I do it in the right way.
Correct way.
Yeah.
The most fair way.
Yeah.
So there's not like a pick out of a hat you're going today.
No.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought it was like.
Yeah. Put them in here.
So these are all the ones that are sold.
Sold already.
Waleed, your one is here? No?
Maybe this one.
This one?
No, this.
That one.
This one? Oh, the white one?
Yes.
Oh, the back one, the small one.
Yes.
What's his name? V60? You call him? Crazy. So these will all be picked up, what? How many days before Eid? 2 days?
Usually the day before Eid.
The day
or
before
Eid
Eid?
day. Eid is Wednesday. coming
Yeah, I
Wednesday.
said that. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah. And how long does it last for? 3 days?
3 days, yeah.
3 days, yeah, I had a feel. So the procedure for picking out a sheep, obviously the sheeps are weighed differently. And all of these right in front of me are actually sold already, which there is like over probably 500 sheep here. So all of these have been sold, they all weigh different. And there's a procedure obviously of how it goes. Yes, I didn't know the actual procedure, and I was just being told by Ibrahim, and it's definitely different to what I've thought it was. I thought it was just slight take the throat and halas, but it's actually more of a dedicated procedure in a fair way to the animal. So something I've learned today about Eid.
So if people, for example, as I mentioned before, they don't have a place to do it,
They
so they would
come
keep
out.
it here, and then on Eid day, they would come and they would slaughter them in here, and they would just collect them in bags in terms of meat portions.
If you don't want to do the slaughtering, can you get someone to do it for you?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I was
can.
thinking that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But all of these here, as we asked them before, are around 500 to 600, and all of these are sold. Every day, these are none sold. They
Yeah.
would be selected, paid for, and then kept in this corner here.
And then moved over, already?
And then moved over.
So
And
it
then the
starts
next
from one
day-
side and
yeah.
then finishes over on this side,
Yeah.
more or less.
اي قبل شهرين انت ما الحين نقلنا هناك الى خفت الشمس طلعنا انتقال هناك.
He's saying,
السلام عليكم.
سلام
كيف حالك؟
كيف حالك؟
he's saying during the winter.
صور
Yeah, it's beautiful.
على المعنى مو مخربة.
Translator, eh? Waleed?
Translate, yeah.
Oh, I know this. Yeah.
هذه ها تحط مو مخربة.
The smells, huh?
Yeah.
بخور؟ بخور؟
Bukhur, yes.
بخور.
Yeah.
هذا وات اسم.
This is the name, the guy's name.
Oh, this your name?
Yeah, yeah.
اسم نيمي.
You don't have
اوريه اننا من اول نلعب الارقام بالسيوف. خف ما يسلم. خف ما يسلم.
لا لا. This is what for chai or tea?
For
Tea?
قهوة.
قهوة? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Pour up, صح?
ايه بس هذا كله انه هذا منظر يعني.
So these are kept here. They're usually not used, but
هذا
they're
نوع هذا نوع هذا نوع.
So brand new. They're brand new? Or-
they're either brand new or they're really old, but they're kept for show.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a nice decoration to have in your tents.
هذا للعرض يعني.
You know,
Ah, the dancing, yeah. Yeah. No. They don't have a hanger?
khangar. No, they usually don't have it in the middle of Saudi. The people that usually use it are down the south.
Yeah, I thought so. In Oman, they have the hanger.
So during the
إنه
winter,
هذا اشتاد الجمل يحط على الجمل وما يركب.
yeah, that's the kind of things that we put on camels so they can sit on top of the camel.
Okay.
So you don't usually sit on the camel without a saddle.
ولا جالسة يعني.
So this is used as a saddle, but at the same time they use it in here.
Tamar.
Tamar. Yes.
Dates. Saudi coffee.
Usually they don't really spend a lot of time
Shukran.
in tents when it comes to the summer because it can get really hot in the summer within the tent.
Yeah.
Because of the material that they're built from. So they usually just stay here until the sun settles down a bit and then they switch off to outside. So once the sun gets a little bit cooler,
Yeah.
they would switch and sit outside.
Shukran. Because it is hot here, isn't it?
It is,
Like it's very hot.
but it could be much hotter outside because you don't have
Thank you.
you don't have shade.
What is there? So speaking about dates, is there like a certain type? Like, are these a certain type or what?
there are a lot of types of dates.
So what type are these?
هو يسأل يقول التمر عندكم بالقصيم انواع وانواعهن واجد. يقول هذول وش نوعهن؟ ودي تقول لي وش انواعهن.
هذا سكري.
These look sweeter.
من الخضر.
Yeah, this is called sukkari. These are usually the best,
نمبر 1
Number
the
one.
number one kind, and these are called khlas.
خلاص.
It's
Khalas?
yeah, but it's a different pronunciation. It's the same words but different pronunciation. So it's called khlas.
هذا اقول له هذا يرص مو زي ذا يعني. يوكل
إيه.
خلاص.
إيه، يرص زي. The way they're served and the way they're stored is different. So if you look at these, they look much kind of wetter and
They look sweeter.
compact.
Yeah.
Because of the way they're stored. So these ones would be stored into bags on top of each other and the weight would pressure them.
Oh, and then at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
يقول باشته مع الزبادي مع
إيه.
القشطه مع وقت رمضان الصيام يعلموا عشان
Yeah.
وش والصيام هذه يسلم.
They correct me if I'm wrong. They put rocks on top,
Yeah.
so and it
Yeah,
squeezes
yeah,
it down
yeah,
at the bottom,
yeah.
and they twist it.
They twist it and they would use the dates.
Yeah.
And you get some juices from the dates. They would
Yeah.
use that as well. They would usually collect on the bottom and
Yeah.
they would use that as well.
So when I went to Oshegar,
Shaker,
they had that you were talking about,
Yeah.
but they have a name for it. What's it called? They put them in the like a vault looking thing, and they put the rocks. What's the name for that? Because there's a name for it.
وش يسمونه؟
The name.
هو يقول يوم رحت شيقر دخلونا الغرفة وحاطين به تقل مكان وراصين بها التمر وحاطين بلك فوقه.
جصة.
Oh, Jester. Jester, that's the one. Yeah.